Well, how are the nerves heading in?
Yeah, the nerves are fine thus far, so we'll wait and see, I guess, when it gets a bit closer, but no worries at the moment.
As a coach, I guess a lot of the team has not only played in a grand final, but won a grand final before. Do you feel like that experience heading in gives you guys a little bit of an upper hand?
If it does, I'm happy to take it. Yeah, obviously we had a pretty reasonable turnover, as every AFLW club has every year, so we've got a lot of new players as well, but the ones that played in 2017, obviously, we'll take that experience with them, and that's to our advantage, I suppose.
Has there been much chat from the likes of Aaron and Chelsea and some of the more experienced leaders in the team, dwelling on or looking back what they learned from playing in post grand final?
Not formally, potentially informally, but I'm not aware of it. You have to ask them. But no, clearly the leaders of our team are really critical to our success, and the way that they interact with the younger players has been great right through. So I'm sure there'll be a moment during the week where they share some of their experience.
How tough is selection this week?
Yeah, pretty challenging again, as every week. But I guess ultimately the team that's played over the last 2 weeks has performed really strongly. So it's going to be challenging to make too many changes, but we'll sit down and collectively work through that tonight.
How's Courtney Cromie?
Yeah, so she's progressing really well. We won't have an official call on her until probably Saturday. They tend to leave it to the last moment. So, but if I was guessing, not betting, but guessing, I'd say she'll play.
Matt, the 7, I think it is the streak. The performances suggest that everybody has said you're the favourite. So how do you feel in terms of the pressure that brings to bear on you guys?
Well, it doesn't really matter. I mean, someone will be a favourite and someone will be an underdog. If it was the other way around, we'd be pretty happy with that. And if we're the favourite, then so be it. I don't think it'll have any bearing on the outcome. It'll be a great game. I think their performance, particularly over the last 2 weeks, has demonstrated that they're coming into form at exactly the right time. So yeah, we played them in round 2. It was a really good game, great contest that day, and I think both teams have built pretty steadily since then. So every indication will be a pretty good game.
Where's your team in terms of when you sat out and you looked at what you had through those first pre-season sessions and that, did you think you could hit the level you're at, or do you think you've still got more in terms of I think everybody looks at you and says high skill level, perhaps the best that's been produced in this competition?
Yeah, well, one of the things, even probably certainly after round 1, definitely after round 2, the group sort of acknowledged that they'd played well at times, but they had to keep getting better. And so, yeah, that was the same last weekend, and it'll be the same this weekend. We need to play better than we have previously to win, and therefore, that's a great challenge. Fortunately, the group is really up for that challenge. They work really hard, and they're certainly not happy with anything they've done thus far. There's a level of satisfaction that they're playing well, but they want to get better. So, where are we at? Yeah, we're improving, which is good. Hopefully we can improve a bit more.
Is there any danger of complacency going into a grand final just off the back of 2 10-goal wins? I mean, when you win so comprehensively,
no.
Any danger of that?
I don't think so. Do you think?
I don't think so. But I mean, what kind of preparation does what kind of prep is 2 10-goal wins?
Yeah, so I mean, you could argue that they were comfortable victories, but I mean, I watched the tape back pretty closely, and the physicality and the contest was fierce. Yeah, we were scoring and doing really well, but the contest itself was really strong. So there's no issue there.
You'd say the defenders probably the defenders will have a big job, but the likes of Harris and Darcy.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, they got. So obviously, yeah, clearly their performance on the weekend indicated they're in great form, and they've got talent. They've got high-end talent, not just in the forward line. I think they're really balanced. So that's what presents as making this a really great game. Is that if you were to assess forwards versus backs, mids versus mids, and at either end, obviously, it looks like it's going to be a great contest. So. I'm pretty sure that's what will happen. It's a grand final. I think both teams will be at their best, and yeah, it should make for a good day.
If you accept, if we accept, okay, the contest is going to be there, then the difference is going to be skills. And are you satisfied you've got the best skilled team in the competition?
Well, to be honest, I don't know. I haven't looked closely enough at everybody. But we invested a lot of time and energy into it, as everyone does, I'm sure. And we feel like I don't think we could have put more time into it. So it is what it is, as they say. We are where we're at, and hopefully it's good enough. I've no doubt they'll give everything they've got and try to execute skill at the highest possible level. So, yeah.
The last time you played them, Taylor Harris was actually out, but so was Chelsea Randall.
We just thought we'd freshen both of them up. We thought, it's a long season and we'll just give them a week off.
Yeah.
But no, obviously they're both outstanding players. Both dynamic athletes, so really, high-end, just athletic capability on both fronts. So they'll probably end up in pretty similar parts of the ground, you'd imagine. So once again, that's just another exciting part of this weekend with that matchup.
Who will get the job on Erin, do you think?
I think she'll be wearing a blue jumper. I don't know. Yeah.
Marie Davey, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, once again, there's another one. Yeah, some great matchups. So obviously, she's played. Right early in the season, she played as a forward a little bit, but she sort of settled into mid and then back, and then and Erin's pretty much mid and then forward. So they pretty much probably might end up on each other at some point.
Matthew, I saw Daniel Harper interviewed last night. He spoke about playing is the best and coaching is great, but playing you got more satisfaction out of that. What about you? How much satisfaction is coaching this group?
It's been enormously satisfying. Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I would agree that if you could play forever, why not? Play as long as you possibly can. But ultimately, obviously, things change. That's no longer a possibility. So coaching's a pretty good second. And for me anyway, coaching this group's been outstanding. It's been a joy.
And what about a comparison from men to women in the sense that a lot of the reporting that we're reading about women, they're talking about how important it is being around one another and the camaraderie and all that type of thing. Perhaps a little bit more than you hear from the men. Have you noticed that, or can you tap into that, or?
Not really. I think the men quite enjoy the camaraderie of being a great team, and equally for the women, it's an important part of any team sport is the connection, I guess. And but I don't think it's specific to gender really. No.
What kind of advantage do you feel like you have having had a run around on Adelaide Oval and experienced that kind of the atmosphere and the ground, whereas Carlton haven't?
Yeah, maybe a small advantage, hopefully. So we train out here. It's the same dimensions as Adelaide Oval. We obviously played there last weekend. It was a great occasion. There was 13,000 there. Hopefully there's more than 13,000 there this week. The weather holding off and all. But so that experience might benefit us to a very small degree, but I don't think it'll be the critical factor.
Back to selection for this week. Are you expecting many changes in the extended squad?
No, not really, no.
How do you tell people that they're not selected for a grand final?
With great difficulty. Do you want to do it? It's obviously the less enjoyable part of the job, but the reality is that one of the great elements of the team has been their unity and the fact that those conversations have had to happen every week, and those that haven't been in the team have been unbelievable in the way that they've taken that on, gone away, worked on their game, but ultimately just been really happy and committed to the group. So it's been unbelievable. So this week will be no easier though.
And just back to your previous game against Carlton, how much from that game are you taking, or is that 7 weeks ago?
Yeah, it's a fair while ago. I had a little bit of a look today actually, and I think there's a lot of difference in the way that the teams are going about it, even though it's such a short season. So I think not a heap, to be honest. There's a little bit in there, but not a heap. I think both teams have, as I said earlier, progressed pretty steadily throughout the season. Certainly Carlton, they were zipping too, so they've progressed pretty well. So I think not really, not a lot.
What about the weather? It's meant to rain on Sunday.
Yeah.
You haven't played anywhere weather football.
No, footy's a summer sport.
Yeah. How do you train for that or prepare for that?
We went to Darwin. It was humid, so But no, I mean ultimately, if the weather looks like there might be some rain, but yeah, it's a pretty simple game, and big games are often simpler, so the weather will potentially mean the ball's on the ground a bit more, and so therefore ground balls will be important. So hopefully we've done a bit of work on that area. Yeah, don't think it'll be a big factor.
And if I've got this right, you don't have any premierships to your name. So
Well, you've got to go further back. You just haven't researched deep enough, that's all.
How deep?
Well, Night Owls, I smashed your team.
For those goals.
So this game's pretty special.
Yeah, they all are. Yeah, no, it's good. It'll be fun.
Well, that weather though, is that a disadvantage for you? I mean, I'm sure Carlton will see any rain as an advantage for them in the sense that it slows you down and you're not going to score as freely as you could.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Their contested marking's probably better than ours. If it rains, maybe that won't be such a factor. So, don't know. It'll balance out.